What's up, guys? Welcome back to another New Age DFS EPL preview. Hopefully, you guys keep on crushing soccer like we are. Excited to dig into this four-gamer, which we don't have a Liverpool or a Man City minus 1,000 slate for the first time
Or
in a
even
while.
like a Chelsea or an Arsenal. Like it's all mid-table teams.
All the garbage teams mixed into one. First game, Aston Villa are minus 250. Kind of crazy. But if this is the team, we would see Luiz and Mcginn splitting, maybe with a little bit of Coutinho. We'll see if Bailey starts. He's been playing, just never isn't projected for them for some reason. So we'll see. And Norwich would be Dowell, Norman, and Rashica. So fun times there. Southampton and Crystal Palace, our favorite. James Ward-Prowse, nice and cheap for us today. Plus 140. Monopoly for him, and then Elise and Eze would probably split in this team.
Yeah.
Watford, Burnley. Watford are favorite at plus 160, barely. We know Luzo will take something for sure. We saw Dennis take a corner last game, and maybe we'll see Cleverly, but I doubt you'll see Cleverly in any of my teams. And then Burnley, Josh Brownhill. He's been really good. He's going to split with Dwight McNeil in this team. Cornet is doubtful. We'll see if he plays or not. And then Wolves, Brighton. This is just a flip a coin. This game probably won't have more than a goal in it. Probably is Coutinho and Neto splitting if this is the team.
Yep.
And Brighton would be McAllister. Forward, we got the guy who's just been insane recently. Guy who's just showing floor, PK upside. Wilf Zaha, 23 floor last game. He's been putting up some
shots.
He's been putting up some numbers.
5 shot on goal. That's kind of like a record.
He's been putting up some serious numbers. What do you think?
I don't know if he's the play this time. Like, I know he's been on fire, but he's been playing some pretty weak teams. I think Southampton's a bit of an improvement on what he's been playing. Like, I'm expecting this to be more like his 8 game rather than his 25-point game. And 8 points for 10-4 or whatever he is not worth. Or 9-8. But I'm just not as on him as I was the other day.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're giving Southampton too much credit. Their defense has just been pathetic recently. That doesn't mean that that's good for Zaha, though. Next, Coutinho. I think you could seriously make the case that Coutinho is cash. He's
sure.
Cash viable for the first time in a while.
He's been bad for a while.
Yes, but this is the Coutinho we know down here. This is the old Coutinho. So we're getting Barcelona Coutinho. Maybe they'll get him back to where he was here, but I think he seriously is cash viable.
You like him more than Zaha?
That's a tough one, though, huh? Maybe. Depends how I'm feeling.
I like him more than Zaha, just for purely matchup.
Yeah. Ings, if he plays,
he's
probably on penalties. Yeah, he needs two goals. Not out of the realm of possibilities, though. Neto is too much.
I think he'll be owned in cash.
I hope he is. He's a bad play. Most minutes he's played is 63.
He had 9 points in those 60 minutes.
You want 9 points for 8,200? I could get you 9 points for 3K.
I don't know about that.
So, and as someone that will play 90 minutes, there's zero chance that Neto is playing 90. I'd play McNeil over him, even though he's not flashy or anything. He's been getting there, kind of.
Definition of cash play.
He's a good 2-game slate guy. I don't know if he's a good 4-game slate guy. Watkins, I wouldn't be surprised. You see all the guys, all the sharps always go Watkins.
Because he's got a 9-point shot for it. And a good matchup.
I'm just never an Ollie Watkins guy, but maybe tomorrow.
I like him a lot. I really like him tomorrow. He's one of my favorite guys.
I hope he's playing.
7,900 is a good price point.
I hope he's playing with no Ings. That would be ideal, because then the goal is probably coming from him if they're scoring.
I mean, could come from him anyway. I just think he's a good price point for a big favorite and just a good player. Like he gets points.
Yep. Dennis,
I don't mind him either, really.
16 versus Man City, 20 versus Brentford. This
He's
is the
finding his
old
form
Dennis.
again.
The
Yeah.
old Dennis. If we knew for sure that he's gonna take corners, he'd probably be like one of the best plays, but I don't know. I think it was more of an anomaly. You don't, but I do. We'll see. We'll see who's right in
Even
the
if he
end.
doesn't, he's like Burnley at home is not a scary game, and he's like their best goal scorer. So yeah, even though he's a little much for what I think he should be, I don't mind him at all in GPP, especially.
Yeah, GPP. Cash, I don't know. It would take a lot to persuade me. Che Adams, GPP, sure. Raul, same
Eh,
thing. Maybe people go him because they're
Gross if he's
psycho.
in is interesting. I think.
Yeah, I doubt he plays, so they've been doing much better when he doesn't play. Rashica, I mean, people always go him.
He's
Uh,
been
eh.
eh, yeah, very eh. I
Villa's
don't
not a
really
team I'm
think
scared
it's
of.
yeah. I just don't think it's his kind of game. He's kind of cooled down a bit, like a lot.
Sar, we know all people are just going to gravitate towards Sar. He's a little too cheap. Versing Burnley at home.
Not bad either. Like I like the Watford attackers for once.
Every time we like the Watford attackers, they don't score is the problem. So,
3-0 at home to
right.
Leeds.
So, I don't know what to do with Sar. I really don't like picking guys like him. The way he just like needs the perfect script. He needs a goal contribution,
I mean,
really.
Burnley, if he's going to get the perfect script against Burnley, though, like you envision they go up 1-0 early, and then you know how the game's going to go from there. It's just going to be Watford just all over the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably a wait and see. I don't want to play Watford attackers just because the fact that they're cheap. You know, Bailey's probably the next guy. If he plays, he's just been so bad, and we keep picking him.
He's priced up after having 1 point last game, too, which is just wild.
He
It's like
can't just
2K more
keep.
expensive.
He can't keep being this bad. Like we know what he's like for Jamaica. We knew what he was like for Leverkusen. He just can't keep being this bad. So if he's playing, he's probably still the best cheap forward on the slate.
Yeah, on paper.
Maybe with the next guy we'll mention, not João Pedro, but Eze. I'd like it more if we didn't see Olise somehow, but I do like Eze. You're not
It's
going to
just
get 90.
so
It's not
he's just so
flashy.
whatever. He's like okay, just the definition of just okay. Like he's a good showdown or 2 game slate play, but he just doesn't really do much. He doesn't
He had,
score or
he
get
had
goal
8
contribution.
crosses and only had 8 points, so
Yeah, that's literally just Eze in a
that was all
nutshell.
his that was all his points. He didn't get fouled, he didn't shoot, he didn't pass. Like
He's got like 0 upside. So he just shoot at them.
yeah, but you take 10 at 5,500 for him.
Yeah, if he gets to 10, he had a monopoly and he had 8 last game.
Tella is the next guy. I don't really mind Tella. We picked him on the 2 gamer.
Yeah, he was good.
That's all you take an 8 from that cheap.
I don't think he'll be in, but I'd be interested if he plays.
I believe he is in projected here. He is with Adam Armstrong and
Yeah, we'll
but
see if that's right.
yeah, keep going. We see Josh King if he plays. I probably
Yeah, I
think
like him a lot.
he's cash viable if he plays. Problem is he probably isn't gonna play. So yeah, let's go to midfield where the decision of the slate has to be made because there is only one really good
Ward-Prowse.
mid, and that's Ward-Prowse. He's been just getting the perfect game script, scoring free kicks up the
He's been just
wazoo.
on fire.
We got him
Like,
at
what's
low
he got? Like
ownership.
15 goal contribution in like 30 games or something, basically. Like it's like a goal contribution every other game. Like that's solid. He's like an attacker.
Yeah, I mean we finally got him at low ownership on what was it, 2 or 3 game slate. We got him at low
Yeah.
ownership. Absolutely smashed for us. Core play, 36 points. Had the perfect love when you see that his team
He had
concedes.
like more shots than he's had all season combined.
Well, you're just
Five
when you see
shots.
that Southampton are down 2-0, you are pumped
Yes.
because you know James Ward-Prowse is having a minimum of 15. But in this game, they could be up 1 or 2-0 early, and he could get his 8-point game. But
Yeah.
Are you gonna
I mean,
pay? You either
there was
play
like,
him or you fade him, in whatever
I
stance
mean,
you're
cheers,
on.
Jeff.
Well, I mean, if you've been playing him, play him. If you've been fading him, I think you keep fading him. So
I don't know. Just like the last game was like a ton of other mid alternatives. There was like Mount and all these other different guys, and but now it's just there's really only him. I think he's gonna get a lot more pull
yeah,
this week in terms of ownership, and that becomes a lot more scary to fade because of that.
yeah. There's no other like
Yeah,
monopoly midfielders that are even remotely comparable to him on this slate. So that's probably the reason why you're going him, unless you see some other bargain.
there's.
Elise, go
I
on.
mean, people will just play him just to play him because there's no other even alternative really at that price range. Like there's Coutinho, I guess, or Zaha, but I don't really see them being as popular.
Yeah, you're playing Ward Prowse over them, even if
Yeah,
he is more expensive. Mid, keep going. Olise is probably the next guy who's in consideration. He's a little too much that I would
yeah.
like, but Southampton
He had
have been giving
9
up
points off
points.
the bench last game. That's kind of
Yeah,
insane.
but that was in the perfect game flow against a team that was parking the bus. I don't know. Like, is he going to get 5 crosses and 4 key passes in 20 minutes against Southampton? Probably not, but he probably could get a 12, right? Keep going. John McGinn, he's splitting sets on the biggest favorite.
He
But the,
loves a GPP breaker too on stuff
I
like
mean, you
this.
could. I wouldn't be surprised if people go him in cash because he's splitting on the biggest favorite, and mid is kind of.
Yeah,
Eh.
yeah, he is kind of interesting. Like you'd take an 8. Like he seems like goal, and he's only like 30 points.
Right, and he hasn't been getting the goal contributions. This would be the
But
matchup
he's
where
like
he
the
gets one.
he's all yeah. He always is able to do it. Like you've never surprised to see a John McGinn banger like in the whatever minute.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. I'm honestly not opposed to him. Obviously, would depend if there's more bargains out there when lineups come out. Gallagher's not in play for me. If you see Eze and Olise, if you don't see either of them, then he is in play. But if you
I
see
still
both,
don't even want to bet. I don't think he's just been so cold.
yeah, he keeps being like 60% owned in these showdowns and stuff, and it's just been a pretty easy fade. So I'm gonna keep fading. McAllister's probably in play.
For sure, for that price.
5,700. He had a monopoly last game against Southampton, but they didn't have the game script. He got 9. I mean, if he gets the game script against Wolves, he'll get there easily for 5,700. So I don't hate him at all.
Yeah, no grossy play McAllister. Just my rule of thumb.
Yeah, playing João Moutinho.
No, thank you. I don't like him in big or many games. Like it's like you just not worth it more often than not.
Yeah. Keep going down. Douglas Luiz. Actually Brownhill first. Brownhill 5,300 splitting sets against Burnley at home. He's kind of a guy
Watford
who
away.
he doesn't really need sets though, and he still kind of
Yeah,
gets
he's
there.
a lot more active than Westwood would be. Like he's a lot more set reliant than
And
Brownhill.
and he takes the direct free kicks, so
Yeah,
and he could score one of those, and you're dancing. So I wouldn't hate him.
he's
Douglas
not bad.
Douglas Luiz is just a cash play. He's not a GPP play. He's just a cash play for me. But you like him
I
or no?
mean, yeah, just because he's playing Norwich, like he's got the best matchup of all the guys. Even though he's probably the least appealing as a player.
Definitely the least appealing. Dowell splitting. Wish he was 3K still.
Yeah, not 3K.
Good GPP play. Your boy
Jacob Ramsey.
Jacob Ramsey.
Yes. He's been another guy who's kind of just fallen off a little bit, though.
Well, the whole Aston Villa have been bad. Like they're flirting
Yeah.
kind of with relegation if they don't get their act together. But I think they win this game comfortably. And
Yeah, I
somebody
do
like
too.
Ramsey does. Like you
I'll
could see
go back to the well for sure.
if you have 4,800 for a utility and he's the last guy, I wouldn't say you're crazy for picking him. Keep going down here. Luza's probably in play, right? Splitting
Yeah.
sets. Maybe
3,900. You're good for like a 5 to 7.
yeah.
Like it's fine.
Not
I'll take
flashy.
that for that cheap.
Yeah, not a flashy guy at all. Cleverly. I
Not
mean,
for me. I'd rather just find the 200 for Luza.
Norman's in play always. I mean, he doesn't need sets to get there. He did it again in 58 minutes versus Newcastle. So, I mean,
Yeah, fine. Like there's a lot of actually these cheap, just mid-level set takers.
yeah, I think you
You'll
might
find
have
him
to play.
slamming on.
So this, you could just pay up for forward and not play James Ward-Prowse and play a bunch of these guys.
I
Hope
mean,
that
WordPress is gonna people are gonna play him with WordPress. That's why WordPress is even more owned because there's this many cheap mids that are on sets that you can pair him with.
yeah, keep going down here. Got Schlupp if he plays, maybe McLean. Like these guys are all okay for like a few. Your boy Genebo, who never plays anymore.
One day.
Basuma's not bad for a punt at 31. I'll always play him. Defender. So you're. Who would have thought that Johnny is like the best defender on a slate? I mean, who would have thought that?
I think it's mostly form. He's been hot, but I don't see. He doesn't seem to get there. Like the way he gets his points doesn't seem sustainable.
I think he's literally the best defender on the slate, and it's not close.
I just have a stigma against him that he's the Cancelo type.
He is. He's definitely the Cancelo type, but Cancelo always gets there. Why can't Johnny?
Because one plays for Man City, one plays for Wolves.
He's playing Brighton at home. I'm probably having Johnny for sure.
That's who I'm interested in right there.
Talk about a guy who's been pretty terrible, though. Oof.
I know, but look, they've had a rough match.
He had 3 points with the clean sheet.
Yeah, I know, but that was just Leicester pushing the whole time. Like Leicester at home is not a fun place to play.
So you want the goal scoring Matty Cash, right?
Yes, he's playing Norwich. I feel like he can get there.
You want the Matty Cash who had a 12-point goal and a clean sheet and had 15 points. So I don't know. I know he's on the biggest favorite, but I can't get myself to play him. Ashley Young, he was
interested
3K.
In him too.
Yeah, people played him over Target and Cancelo, and he got there for them at 3,800. Now he's playing Norwich. I mean, I wouldn't call you crazy. Just not a guy I like to pick.
I like him too.
Walker Peters.
Another Cancelo type.
He's been all right. I mean, I don't feel like I should pay 5,300 for him though. Semedo, I mean, I wouldn't fault anyone for playing him. He's been
he rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why. He's just not a
Your boy Kamara, 5K.
Don't mind him either. Like there's a lot of these guys who I usually go to as my second defender. Now there's no first defender really to pick, so I'm gonna use more of them than usual.
Taylor and Janulis, they're all like okay. You know,
it's just the slate of okay defenders.
Ngakia, if he's your last guy, sure. Veltman, if he's playing right back, got to be careful. Where is Lamptey though? Oh, he's questionable. Yeah, if you see him, I'm sure people just gravitate towards him.
He's good. He's just solid every game.
If Kiko plays over Ngakia, he's probably like the second best defender, which is pretty terrible to say. Keep on going down here. Mostly Klein. Klein is for your last guy in. I mean,
no thing. Give me a center back punt.
He got 7 last game
with a clean sheet.
Sammy Byram, everyone's favorite.
Not bad.
Defender is pretty like mediocre. So you're probably going Johnny or an Aston Villa defender to start off your defender. Goalkeeper. So as much as you just want to say plug Emi Martinez, which I know you're about to say.
Yes.
Aston Villa have just been really bad. Like
really bad. Last game. Maybe they're starting to right.
Look at how bad he's been. But I don't know.
Look at those games. Those are all top half of the table teams.
Right, but I mean he could still do better than -6 versus Tottenham.
That was when Tottenham were at their best, and they actually dominated that game too. I was like, they should not have lost that 4-0.
Yeah, but doesn't help the goalie. So, so you're just probably plugging and playing Emi, right?
Yes, -400 favorite. Give me
that. Forster, I can't do it. I don't think he should be the second most expensive guy.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
Foster, there's no way you'll see me playing Ben Foster. Pope, you could see me have Pope for sure. He's been Burnley.
People just go to.
These are important games for Burnley. They're winning the important games, right?
I was on Pope last week.
So was I. I played him over whatever. That's that 3-gamer that we all crushed. That was Nick Pope season. Richard Sanchez,
Robert
Robert
Sanchez.
Sanchez. Uh,
No, no.
no, he's just tilting, and I'm sure now people are gonna go Sa because he shouldn't be cheaper than him. So I'm sure
I like him. I like him too.
the chalk is probably Emmy, Pope, and Sa. I'm probably playing one of those three. I'm leaning
I
Sa
am for
currently.
sure.
Leaning Sa currently. Guaita always shows up randomly, so maybe him.
I
And
mean, Southampton away is a good 4-point game to get usually because they get a lot of shots.
yeah, I don't mind Guaita and Krul. I mean, I'm not scared of Aston Villa. You know, they definitely
I am
generate
scared.
shots
I
and
think they're gonna
stuff.
smash.
I don't mind Krul. 3,700 he gets you what you want. But hopefully you guys
No thanks
enjoy.
for me.
Hopefully you guys enjoy. We got all sorts of stuff coming up with Prem coming to a close, UCL coming to a close, but MLB every day, golf showdown every day for the most part. Like, sub. Hope you guys enjoy our content. We'll see you all later. Peace.